Welcome to Seeds, Soil, and Sun, How to Grow Cannabis, Episode 4, Autoflower versus Photoperiod Strains. This video is sponsored by RuffHouse Studios Partner Deals. You can support us by checking out our partner deals, watching over 500 videos made just for you, and signing up for email notices at RuffHouseStudios.com. Today we're going to be talking about these short little stubby plants that you see sometimes that people call autoflower. And what autoflower varieties are based on the ruderalis strain of marijuana. They have a very short vegetative growth cycle due to its location in the northern territories. They have a short growth seasons there, and so these have been genetically engineered in today's standards based on those type of ruderalis plants to grow without requiring a vegetative cycle. They grow short and not like the big bushy plants that you see here, which are the photoperiod strains. The standard indicas and sativa strains are what they call photoperiod, where it takes a certain amount of light for the plant to actually flower, or it won't flower if it doesn't have that. The autoflowers will flower whether they have that type of light or not. There are other ways to get that kind of small plant, such as low stress training or topping off plants, or by just putting clones directly into a vegetative or into the flowering cycle and skipping the vegetative cycle of growing indoors. What I have here is a couple of autoflower plants that they've been planted a little while in some smaller pots, and they're not looking too good. Their leaves are yellowing a little prematurely, and it's been kind of hot, and maybe they're stressed out, but they're in small pots that I think they're maybe a little root bound and probably not draining properly. So what we're going to do today is we're going to combine these two plants into one larger pot. Okay, to do this I'm going to take this is a 5-gallon felt pot here, and I also have some good quality organic potting soil that I'm using. So I've put that, I'm filling up the bigger container so that when I put the smaller container in, I can see that it's going to still be able to cover up where the original soil level was in the original container. And now I'm holding the base of the plant right at the soil to tilt it over and let it fall out into my hands, and then I'm gently placing it into the new pot. And you can see I'm putting 2 plants in here, and these type of plants are really small. You could put up to 3 very easily in a 5-gallon pot. Normally you'd probably only want to put 1 full-size marijuana plant into one of these 5-gallon pots. But I'm combining 2 in here, and I've got 3 that I put in the ground that I'll show you a little picture of in a little bit. But these are not doing as well as the ones that are in the ground. They're getting a lot of sun, and like I said, those pots that they were in are too small and they're root bound. So now I've got them placed inside there, and I make sure that they're standing upright and positioned the way I want, and then I'm going to start backfilling in the soil. And you can see I'm putting soil all the way around it, and then I'm going to have to firm it in because the soil that was in the pots was already packed, but this new soil is not. So around the pots, around the original potting soil in there, I'm just going to start firming it around, and also trying to break the roots up just a little bit without actually breaking the integrity of the roots. So just kind of gently loosening up the roots as I firm the soil in around it too. And once I have it all firmed in, I'm going to go ahead and finish filling it up. And I'm going to leave about 1 inch or 2 at the top because I'm also going to be adding some mulch. Okay, and this is some cypress wood mulch that I've let cure outside it's almost been about 1 year now. This is really good mulch. It's fully organic at this point. And I'm mulching in around the top of the plants. And what this is going to do is going to help, because I thought these might be damaged by the heat that I've been having, I'm going to put the mulch on there to kind of keep the soil temperature down. It'll help conserve moisture in the soil. But I'm still not quite satisfied with the way these look there. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and trim off these dead leaves. Some of them are a little bit rusty looking even, and some are just yellowing naturally. But all of the dead leaves, I'm going to go ahead and break those off or cut those off with some sharp scissors. Not quite manicuring the buds by any means, but just cutting off what's dead and what might be sort of draining energy from the flowering. And now that they're looking a lot better, they already seem happier in their new pot, I'm going to go ahead and water them in good. And then I'm going to put them back into a good sunny spot. Now these were getting damaged, I think, a little bit from too much heat, so I've put them in a placement where they get some actual natural shade from some of the other larger plants around. So that may be a good way to get yourself some partial shade if your plants are getting too hot. Now you can see these plants that I planted outside where it gets a lot of partial shade, not nearly as much direct sunlight. The plants are much greener, and the fan leaves haven't started to turn yellow. The buds aren't quite as dense, but the plants just seem to be really healthy with less light and heat out there. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please visit RuffHouseStudios.com. It may be the only place before long to find our videos other than High Times TV, and you can get email notifications and see all 500 of our original content there on RuffHouseStudios.com. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and as always, this is Matt from RuffHouse Studios. Thank you for watching.